What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, coming back to Sleep Token. Yes, indeed, Sleep Token fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity bop, do me a favor. Before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Charles B. And this is actually one of Charles B's 3 prioritized requests for the month of December for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So, here you go, Charles. Hope you enjoy the show, man. Charles want to see me react to this is Sleep Token with a tune called Hypnosis.
So easy. No, none of that.
Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, hold it, I have heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. As always, Charles has provided me with an intro to read to everybody, so here we go. Your initial foray into Sleep Token's second full-length album, This Place Will Become Your Tomb, culminates with this track, Hypnosis. With the exception of Alkaline, none of the tracks I have requested for you to react to from This Place Will Become Your Tomb have actually been any of the album's singles. While this track, Hypnosis, wasn't a single either, it ended up exploding in popularity. It happens sometimes. It happens. A song that you just did not see becoming a hit, all of a sudden becomes a hit. It does. It's funny when that happens. In fact, its popularity as a track from This Place Will Become Your Tomb is second only to Alkaline. It has ended up being one of the most popular tracks in Sleep Token's whole discography thus far, and one of their most played songs at their concerts. Without giving too much away on what you are about to hear, many fans feel that Hypnosis shares some overlap with The Offering, both lyrically and sonically. This may be intentional by Sleep Token, as The Offering and Hypnosis are both placed as track number 2 in the respective albums they come from. Enjoy. Well, we'll see. We'll see if we hear any parallels. Let's see. This was posted by Sleep Token. Surprise, surprise. And the video has 5.2 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. A link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Sleep Token, Hypnosis, Visualizer. Man, they love their visualizer videos, don't they? I get it. I get it. I totally understand why. They're very inexpensive to make. I mean, I totally understand it. I just think it's funny. They always have to put that visualizer in there. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Yeah, I can see it. It was a little bit, similar feel, halftime feel. I guess you could call it similarities. Okay. I think I see what Charles is talking about when it comes to, the comparison between this and The Falling. They both have similar feel. The tempo's different. The key signature's different. The chordal progression's different. Everything else about the song is completely different, except the feel. They both share that halftime feel. This is noticeably faster, though, in tempo than The Fallen is. This is definitely faster paced. But it does share the halftime feel. Snare on the 3, laid back on the drums, not too driving. Same thing with The Falling, very laid back with that, snare on the 3 feel as well. But the tempos are noticeably different. The key signature totally different. But I get it though, I think. I think I like The Falling better than this. If I'm being honest, I think because of that halftime feel, I think I like it with the slower tempo that we're getting in The Falling as opposed to this, which is a much faster tempo. Yes, halftime feel, absolutely, but the tempo is definitely noticeably faster. I think it's more effective with The Falling than it is here. I wonder how this song would sound if it were in a straight time feel. Instead of snare on 3, put the snare on 2 and 4. With this faster tempo, I'll bet you it might actually sound even better. It might. Okay, I don't know about sound better, but I think it would feel better for sure. But it sounds good. I mean, I'm enjoying the tune. I don't hate this, not by any stretch. I'm just saying, I think it could have been done with the straight time feel. It might have felt a little bit better, but yeah, the parallels between both of them sharing the same, second track of the album. That's where we start getting into conspiracy theory. Now, let's wait till a third album comes out. Let's hear the second track on that third album. Now, if the second track falls into the same vein as The Fallen and this song, Hypnosis, if it falls in the same vein, halftime feel, okay, then maybe there might be some truth. But right now, as it stands, we're talking about 2 albums with both albums having track 2 having songs that are both in halftime feel. That could just very well be coincidence. I mean, I'm not going to fall into the conspiracy theory trap yet. So anyway, let's keep going. Let's see where this goes. It could work. It could absolutely work with a straight time feel. little more rhythmically active in the instrumentation in that section. Not so much sustain, sustain, sustain. Now it's jun 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 jun. Now we're 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 yeah. Now we're getting more rhythmic. I like it. At this faster tempo, this feels better. Yeah, we're still in the halftime feel. We're still in the halftime feel. That hasn't changed. Snare is still on the 3, but the instrumentation is being far more active rhythmically. And at this faster tempo, comparative to like the Falling, it makes way more sense. With a slower tempo in the Falling, it makes way more sense to have the instrumentation sustain and focus on sustain, making the sustains that the focus. When it switched up to the rhythmic feel, it was nice, don't get me wrong, but it's far more effective here because of the faster tempo. I like that. I really like that. Yeah. You see what I mean? Like the keyboards, the guitars, the bass, it's all sustain. Sustain. It's not really, you're not getting those accented attacks. It's very, very legato and very sustained bass. But then when it changes up and gets rhythmic, yeah, that, especially at this tempo, it sounds really nice. Nice subdivision work. I'm not sure if I like the ending. I get the etherealness of that. I get it, but it just not the strongest ending. I mean, the ending works. The ending does fit the song. It's just I don't know. Maybe it's just because it went on for too long, kind of overstayed its welcome a little bit. Maybe that's it. Not a whole lot to talk about that I didn't talk about during the reaction, so I'm probably just gonna hit some bullet points and call it a day. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Sleep Token with Hypnosis. This was a request from Charles B. And this was actually one of Charles B's reprioritized requests for the month of December for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So, there you go, Charles. Hope you enjoyed the show, man. Okay, before I give my score, I have to hit myself with corrections and retractions. So go ahead, hit me with it. Yeah, I deserve it.
Corrections and retractions.
Okay, so during the course of the reaction, I kept referring to the song, The Offering. I kept referring to it as The Falling or The Fallen. And guys, look, I'm human. I make mistakes, all right? I'm trying my best here. Trying to remember a lot of things, and it doesn't always work out. So I'm sorry I mispronounced the name of the song that Charles was referring me to. It's not The Falling. It's not The Fallen. It's The Offering, okay? My apologies. Now, let's move on to Hypnosis. I pretty much said everything I needed to say during the course of the reaction, so this should, theoretically, it should be a pretty short review, but you know how that goes with me.
Oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
Let's start with the score and we'll go from there. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give this song an 8.1. Yeah, 8.1. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, an 8.1. What does that mean? Well, an 8.1 would translate to a great scale rating. So overall, I think this was a great song. It would get 4 to 5 stars and an A- letter grade. So there you go, an 8.1, great scale rating, 4 to 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. Okay, the comparison between The Offering and Hypnosis. Not The Falling, The Offering. I do see one parallel. The rest of the, I know Charles, listen, I'm not trying to discredit what many fans feel, okay? Many fans feel that Hypnosis shares some overlap with The Offering, both lyrically and sonically. Lyrically, I have no idea. I don't follow lyrics. I don't do lyrics. Lyrics go over my head. So I don't know about lyrically. Sonically, there was one thing that stood out, and that was the feel of the song. They both share that halftime feel. Snare on 3. They both share that. Other than that, they're completely different. Completely different key signatures, completely different tempos. The time, okay, they're both in 4/4. Yeah, okay, I'll give them that too. But I mean, that's pretty much it. Completely different songs, totally different songs. Other than that halftime feel, they both share that. I find it ironic because The Offering with the halftime feel felt better than this song felt with a halftime feel. Now, I'm not saying that this song felt bad with that halftime feel. It felt good. It did feel good. But because The Offering is a slower tempo, the halftime feel is more effective. It gives it more of a heavy feel. It makes it stand out a little bit more. It makes, especially when you hit the snare on 3, it makes that 3 just super effective. Where here with this song, with a faster tempoed song, it still works. It's still effective. Snare on 3, still effective, but not as effective as it is with The Offering, where you have that slower tempo. The Offering just felt heavier. It felt sludgier. It felt thicker. It felt fuller. This felt lighter. This felt a little more, I don't want to say uplifting, but it definitely had a little more of a light touch to it. It had a little bit of a lighter feel to it. And honestly, that came down to one simple thing, tempo. This was a faster song. I still like everything about it, though. I mean, the tone of the instruments, I still like that. A nice, thick, crunchy guitar tone. I like that. You can hear the bass in the mix. The drumming, still really nice. I love the fact that that 2 had, especially towards the end, where rhythmically we got away from the instrumentation, we got away from the guitars and the keyboards and the bass. Sustain. We got away from that and became more rhythmically active. I like that part, and I like what 2 is doing in there too, especially towards the end, where he's starting to get some really nice off-keter rhythmic patterns going on, some really interesting polyrhythms going on. But while doing that, staying true and staying dedicated to that snare on 3. You could set your watch to that. It was there every single time. Snare was on 3. Toms everywhere, cymbals everywhere, double kick going crazy. But snare was on 3 no matter what was happening within the drumming. I like that. I really do. That's your anchor. You know, without that, you could very easily get lost in this song, and you may not be able to find your way back. Doesn't matter how many breadcrumbs you leave out. No, I like that. I like the snare on 3. It really drove it home. Vocally, okay. Lyrics, I have no idea what he was singing about, and I have no idea what he was singing about in The Offering either. But I will say the vocal performances, okay, they shared some of the same characteristics, but that can be said about pretty much every song from Sleep Token. Okay, not every song, but Gods. And let's be honest, the vocal approach on Gods is unlike anything I've heard from Sleep Token to date. I haven't heard any other song that sounds like that vocally. But there's a lot of Sleep Token songs where the vocal approach and the vocal delivery follow very similar styles. Yes, I felt those styles here, just like I did feel them in The Offering, yes. Notation was different. Placement of meter was different, but the approach and the style were very similar. I'll give it that too. But that's pretty much it. Between the two, and I know Charles didn't ask for this, but I do feel it bears mentioning. Between the two, I like The Offering a little bit more than this one. Again, that's not to say that this was bad. I wouldn't be giving this an 8.1 if I thought it was bad. I did enjoy this. I just think I like The Offering a little bit more. And really, more than anything, it just comes down to the fact that we were in a halftime feel in a slower tempo. This song, I was trying to imagine in my head if this song was played at a straight time feel. Snare on 2 and 4. And I hypothesized that it might work. And no, it doesn't. It doesn't work. I tried in my head, and I'm like, okay. It would work. It would absolutely work, but it's going to take the song in a completely different direction. And I don't think it's going to be nearly as effective as it is with this halftime feel. But I do like The Offering slower tempo, really driving home that heaviness in The Offering. This song was heavy, but it wasn't as heavy. So, no, I like the song, though. I do believe it's a great song. But between the two, I think I do prefer The Offering. But yeah, still getting an 8.1, which is a great score. So I have absolutely no qualms giving it that. So 8.1 is where we're at, and 8.1 is where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have an 8.1, which is a great scale rating, 4 to 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. Take your pick. I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then it did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.